Okay, welcome back. We've got yet another game of Warhammer Fantasy Battle. This is a 3,000 point Orcs and Goblins versus Ogres. We're playing the Watchtower. It's my first time and my opponent's first time playing it. It's a same opponent, same list, same everything as last time. So real quick, my right flank has 3 bulls behind it, 3 lead belchers, my butcher, scrap launcher, 6 bulls with a banner, another 6 bulls with a banner, 40 noblars. On the far side is my big unit of 10 Iron Guts with my General, Tyrant, and BSB, and 3 more Bulls. I set it up this way. He had control of the Watchtower, and so my goal was to have a whole bunch of weaker units over here to distract him. On the far side, have my biggest unit where I could come in, focus on his bigger units, take that unit into the Watchtower, do whatever I needed to do. But this way it's split it up, and I'm really trying to keep enough pressure to allow me to attack the Watchtower. I didn't get to really talk about my characters. I gave my BSB Crown of Command plus 6 regeneration and Charm Shield, so reroll the first hit. 2, it's no good. And my general is not super powerful, but he's always strikes first, has some buffs to try to keep him alive, but my idea was to, drink a strength potion and have strength 8 do a lot of damage. Never works out quite as planned. So he puts his 20 goblins in the to start, 20 per 20 unit model max in there to begin with. You can see I've put my Noblars out here in the middle. This is him taking his vanguard before I get to go. He's got 5 wolves. You can see his 2 bolt throwers. Then there's a wolf chariot, 25 savage orcs, and behind he has his 2 rock lobbers and a level 2 caster on a boar. He's got his 5 or 6 boars in there in the middle. I think his general's in with the savage orcs. In the middle he's got another 20 goblins, a bolt thrower. So there's his black orcs, his other 5 wolf riders, and so on. So what I do first, I move up my Noblars, my 40 of them. I put them right here. He throws all 3 fanatics. They go right through, kill them all. That's alright. I've got his fanatics out of the way. I thought that was a pretty cool picture. Basically, I just try to get them out as soon as I possibly can. I try to do the same with my trappers there in the middle. That didn't work at all. And I think he threw them when I got close enough with the trappers to the middle. He threw them out at my Noblars anyway. So what I did here, I brought everybody I could forward, trying to spread it out, trying to put enough pressure to allow my unit of 6 bulls all the way left to focus on the Watchtower. I'm going to wait a little while, try to go in just before round 4 or just at round 4, so then when we start rolling I've got control of it. Hopefully I'll get lucky, because I don't think I can weather this storm. I've got my butcher here to try to beef these units up, bolster them. Of course, this turn I rolled double 1 snake eyes, so with his staff of sneaky stealing I've got 1 die and he's got 5, I think, so we had a tough one. Luckily he only rolled 3 on the way back, so neither of our first magic phases were that spectacular. Here's the full overview. I've only moved my units on the left up just a little bit to get them within range, be enough of a threat, and they can either go at the Watchtower or at those units of Black Orcs or Savage Boys, depending on what happens. So now we're at the start of his turn 1. He goes ahead, charges my Noblars here in the middle, and then up in the foreground he's charged his chariot into my 3 bulls. So I'm pretty happy with this. He also starts with the combat with with his 2 units there in the middle against my trappers, and of course he smokes them. Fully expected. That's kind of what I was hoping. And then all of his overruns just get him all bollocksed up. On his right flank, my left, he's moved everybody up. He had no, I think maybe only the guys on top squabbled that might come later, but they don't do anything anyways. He's moved his Wolf Riders up to March block. And here's just an overview so you can see behind the Watchtower how he's bringing all of his characters over to deal with my general's unit. He's going to focus everything he can to just make sure that he takes my unit out. As he should. The game before, after the game before, he was particularly unnerved and daunted by it. So as I said, the Boar Riders here have destroyed my Noblar Trappers, overrun, and then stopped an inch away from his chariot. My Lead Belchers, I've lost one to shooting, but right now, here's an overview. You can see how we're looking. I'll be able to charge my 6 bulls in the middle there into the flank of his boars. I'm really happy with that. He has only done 1 wound with his wolf chariot on my 3 bulls there in the foreground, right? And I'm pretty happy with how things are turning out right now. If I can keep these guys together, I'll have a fair amount of damage that I'll be able to do. I'll be able to take out some of his important units and go and make a big difference. Afterwards, this is the result. I've killed his boar boys. I've taken a lot of wounds myself. The guy in the middle there, he's just a casualty. Maybe 1 from a boar boy. I took maybe 1 wound, but for the most part, I took a bunch of wounds from his fanatics. They are tough. And you can see what's happened here with the fanatics. My Lead Belchers have fled. So that's one of the big things that I've learned is a problem with splitting an Ogre army. You got to worry about that leadership. So this turn, my Gorger came in. He's coming out back there to threaten his mage and his catapult. And by now, because of all the damage is done by everything, I think the fanatic bounces through my guys. Now the 6 bulls are fleeing as well. So I'm kind of hurt. I have 2 bulls that are pretty wounded. They're headed over to try to take out the bolt throwers. My bulls and my Lead Belchers are fleeing in the middle. I have a butcher sitting out there alone who's already wounded. At least my 6 bulls are still intact. One has taken 2 wounds. And you can see basically what he's doing moving forward. You can see there's a red dye on my Gorger. He has taken 3 wounds from shooting. So that's pretty brutal. Turn 3, I charge everybody I can, my little charge markers. You guys can take the piss out of me if you want, but they make things really handy when you're making this many charges. I charge everybody. I charge my Iron Guts into the flank of this March blocker. I charge, you can see up top, I charge my Slaughtermaster and 3 bulls into those guys, hoping to do some wounds. They can't do too many back because of frontage and limitation on how many units are in contact, so I'm hoping to be able to survive that. I charge the Watchtower with my bulls. I pull back a little bit with my Butcher here. And you can see the the ogres are starting to look a little weak. In the far background there, you can see that I've charged my Gorger into his catapult. He's fled with his main guy, with his caster. Over here, I've got my bulls and my Lead Belchers. They're not making their tests and they're running away. Most frustrating. Here's a little bit closer up on the Gorger charging the catapult. So I'm pretty happy with that. This guy's fleeing. I'm doing this. Of course, I win this combat easy. In the background there, I've lost 1 bull. I'm doing all right. I'm pretty happy with that. I've lost my buff though. I was planning to be stubborn, but that's all right. Here, I've killed a whole bunch of guys, but he rolls and makes his stubborn 9 roll because he's close to his general and BSB. And in the background, he gets to attack first on initiative and takes away my Gorger's last wound. Rolls at 2 6s, I think, and so that was a bit tough. So at the end of my turn, no, in the middle of my turn 3, we're gonna pause here, and I'll continue in the second half.